It's your boy V Slash, you back with another video. And today I got another reaction video for y'all. Actually, I got another reaction video. We have the Minnesota Assassin. Like I said, YouTube, this is not my video. I'm just reacting. Like I said, if I have allergies and I sound like low or something, you can obviously tell with my dog when you're mopping a lot with. I'm gonna give y'all a heads up. Do not mop with ammonia or bleach. But you see how my dog's is right now. MJ, see, he got allergies too. But no. Let me see. There we go. Let me get straight into it.
Unsuspecting man is about to show just how much of a monster he really is. On September 12, 2021, this man, 38-year-old Antoine Suggs, assassinated 4 innocent people in the middle of the night. Our small team of investigative reporters has gathered the footage and case details about Antoine and how all 4 murders came to be in order to present the whole story in its entirety for the first time ever. This all started very early in the morning, a few days prior, on September 8th. Antoine arrived in Minnesota via airplane from his home state of Arizona, and footage shows that nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. But that changes very soon. Antoine is picked up by an unknown person and leaves the airport with them. A few days later, on September 11th, late at night, Antoine revisits the airport in a new luxury Mercedes SUV. Later investigations report that this car was recently loaned to Antoine. It is unknown whether or not Antoine is connected to a larger organized crime group. While it's a logical hypothesis considering the value of this luxury car Antoine is now driving, we have yet to unfold the full story of this case, as it is only just heating up. We don't know why Antoine
He popped out with a luxurious car. He was just in an Uber and he's a random man from Arizona. It looked like he had a shawty with him.
visited the airport. But the surveillance footage gives us a glimpse at his passenger, who bears a striking resemblance to one of his future murder victims, Nitosha Lee Flug Presley. If the passenger
What a name.
is indeed Nitosha, then this was one of the last images showing her alive. According to a complaint filed by an anonymous person, a witness said they saw Antoine and Nitosha taking shots together at a bar just hours after he left the airport. Records also show that Nitosha's aunt told investigators that Antoine and Nitosha were romantically involved. Putting all this information together, it's becoming more and more likely that this passenger is indeed Nitosha. After a night of drinking, it is believed that Antoine and Nitosha went to a residence in St. Paul, where they spent time with 3 other people who would soon become Antoine's other 3 future murder victims. They were Lois Foreman III, Matthew Pettis, and Jasmine Sturm. Just hours later that same night, now the very early morning of September 12th, surveillance footage caught this altercation sometime around 3:30 a.m. in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh, 3:30 in the morning, bro. Damn, you did this around that hour. 1, 2.
In this footage, we hear gunshots and then that same Mercedes car speed through the streets. It is clear this is when the murders happened, but what Antoine does after this is quite shocking.
If you've never cashed a $42,166 paycheck,
On the same day around 10 a.m., after driving around for many hours trying to figure out what to do with the dead bodies, Antoine decided that he needed help hiding the bodies. So he makes plans to meet up with his father, 56-year-old Darren Osborne, at a gas station during the day. Antoine's plan was to have his father follow him into western Wisconsin to a cornfield where they would find an inconspicuous place to dump the car with the bodies in it. Osborne later told officers that he had no idea at this point there were bodies in Antoine's car. On the way to meet with his father, Antoine stops at a different gas station than the one planned for the meetup spot. In this disturbing surveillance footage that shows this particular stop, you can even see one of the deceased victims in the passenger seat, limp and showing no signs of life. And while those bodies are in the car, Antoine is
Bro, you gotta be very, very... Bro, that is sick, bro.
inside the gas station, paying for his gas just like it's another normal day. Antoine continued traveling to the meetup spot, moving from St. Paul, Minnesota to Dunn County, Wisconsin. This time, stopping at the originally planned gas station. We see him and his father convene at the gas station and they speak a bit before driving away. It is presumed Antoine had now moved the body out of the front passenger seat, considering his father would have clearly noticed a deceased human being sitting in the car. That is, Antoine's father is telling the truth. Again, at this point, according to the father, he did not know what Antoine was up to. However, it is reported that Antoine allegedly confessed to his father, soon after the meetup, that he had snapped and shot the victims.
Yeah, the father did
At
that.
this point, it's becoming more and more difficult for Antoine's father to deny his involvement with this situation. Antoine and his father allegedly went on to hide the car with the bodies in it in a cornfield further into Wisconsin. It is reported that a local anonymous farmer found the abandoned Mercedes in a cornfield in Dunn County, Wisconsin. He very quickly reported it to the police. At this time, no one knew of Antoine's or his father's involvement. However, we do have body cam footage that details some of the officers' experiences investigating the car in the cornfield with the deceased victims in it. What they find is extremely brutal.
That's where we're gonna go in right here.
Brutal and tragic, bro. YouTube, do not take down my video. This is not my video. Disclosure, anybody that's watching before the video starts, y'all like, follow, and comment, and make sure that you are older than 18 watching this video. Because this is sad at the end of the day, for sure.
Yeah, we can do it.
Something just for
We did open the back door. If you need to open the back door.
Do we know if that one in the back on the far right is male or female?
Do you know? The one on the far back, the behind the driver.
I thought it was a female.
So they were stiff when you moved them? Is
Yes.
that what somebody said?
I opened that door. I basically went like this, and it was just, you know, hard, stiff, rigor, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, the male, we didn't check anything on him. I thought there was like a hole. Looks like there might be blood pooling in his ear, or I thought maybe that was an entry or exit wound. I'm not sure. Thank you, guys. Yep. I ran out.
Well, it looks like it's an actual key star.
I can, bro, I see it, bro.
There's no keys in the ignition.
A bunch of blood on their shoe. See that?
Yeah, it's pooled, yeah. Definite bullet wound to the right side of the face, right side of the ear on him,
Male?
on the male.
That's what I thought.
These officers are taking careful note of entry and exit wound details for a very important reason. This detail alone is extremely helpful in determining if the murders
Bro, did a drive
were committed with intent or in self-defense.
I mean, that looks like an entrance wound right there.
It didn't look like an exit wound to me. I'm guessing she got shot in the body, though. Yeah, there's blood on her left arm and on her right, and it's old. Watch your right shoulder now.
Yep.
This is what Ivy League universities you can get into with a 3.6 GPA.
Oh, what's in the pocket, Dan?
There? Dried blood. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's dripping right now.
Oh, yeah.
Male. And shot wound to the head. Like, yep. There's the exit wound over here. See on the front seat,
Yeah.
right below, right where the shoulder rest is, that white stuff, is that brain matter or skull particulates?
Oh my god, bro, bro, what made you do this shit? Bro, I don't wish this on anybody, bro. Not even on an enemy. God, brain matter and skull. Yo, that's how you know.
Hard to
that.
say.
Damn.
Cause she wearing her seatbelt still?
No,
I couldn't tell if it was
I think
just
they put it
behind her.
behind her.
just probably so that it wouldn't beep. Because the weight's in there, so it'd beep.
I want to know where the gunshot wound is on this other gal. How do you have exit wounds and there's no damage in the vehicle?
Well then, but also if it's a headshot, wouldn't she have splatter? I mean, you got splatter on him, but it's just weird.
Well, his is coming from his nose. You know, that's just draining from the nose from the brain shot.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, did we look through the? Well, let's just get out of here. I guess we'll go talk to Kyle.
During later investigations, Antoine's Arizona ID card was found on the floor of the car, covered in blood. This pointed the officers directly to him and later his father as well, as more information was discovered after they reviewed the previously shown surveillance footage. Officers arrested Antoine's father first, and then charged Antoine with 4 counts of hiding a corpse. Antoine, now back in Arizona, turned himself in to the Arizona authorities. Antoine would now be brought back to St. Paul, Minnesota, the city where he committed the murders. This is where his dramatic legal trial would take place. Over the course of the next few days of Antoine's trial, he claimed, incredulously, that he acted in self-defense in the killing and transporting of the 4 victims, which the prosecutors stated that they find improbable. Antoine has had a lengthy history of breaking the law, including multiple
Your reputation, bro. They're not gonna believe that shit. Especially the drive-by, too.
instances of unlawful possession of a firearm, possession of marijuana in a vehicle, driving with a suspended license, and much more. Even though Antoine had never racked up any charges nearly as serious as murder, this made it quite clear that Antoine is no stranger to criminal activity. During the trial, Antoine never gave any reason other than self-defense. He said the 4 victims were attempting to rob him, claiming he was the victim in this situation. However, going back to what the police learned about the entry and exit wounds of the bullets in the bodies, it's obvious this is definitely not a case of self-defense. Even though no one believed Antoine's excuse,
You did more than that 1 bullet, bro. That's not self-defense.
he still gave no other reason as to why he did this. So we may never know his true motive behind murdering the 4 innocent victims. The jurors, after 6 hours of deliberation, decided that Antoine was found guilty on all 4 counts of second-degree intentional murder and was sentenced to 103
Damn, 103?
years in prison. His father, Darren Osborne, was charged with 1 count of aiding an offender. After pleading guilty, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison. These are the jury verdicts that show Antoine being found guilty on all 4.
I mean, at least the dad can get out, but bro left his homie ID. That's where he fucked up at. Listen, at the end of the day, like I said, I feel bad for these victims' families, but bro, I'm letting y'all know, like, 9 times in this gun violence shit is not cool, bro. If it's self-defense. The reason how I knew that was not self-defense is your reputation, number 1. Number 2, what the footage look like, because I'm not gonna lie, I would be probably good at being a lawyer or something. Or, like, you know what I'm saying? That is not self-defense. I can say if a person try to rob you at gunpoint, then yeah, you have every right to shoot him. But if the person that's trying to harm you and they turn their back and you shoot them, that's not self-defense no more. But they're still right there, have you at like point like this, you have every right to shoot. If they're robbing your house with a gun, you have every right to shoot. But if they're turning their back away, then yeah, you're done. But I feel bad for the victims' families, bro. Like, behind all this, it's not even, like, y'all might think it's entertainment, it's cool to see some stuff like this, but bro, imagine this could be anybody in your families, God forbid. But disclosure, if y'all watching this video, y'all be very, very disclosure. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, it's disclaimer. I can say disclaimer for sure. That's horrible to see. Like I said, y'all, if y'all new, y'all like, follow, comment, subscribe, and it's your boy Slash, and I'm out. Peace.